everybody, and welcome back to a new episode where we Loonscoot. We play our game in our own changed setting and universe of Waterdeep, now called Waterdale, with new elements of the Industrial Revolution. Of course, our key feature remains a long-lost treasure. Last episode, we had a brush with the past as we delved deeper into one of the characters' backstories, Edmund's. We discovered where one of his bad habits began, namely his drinking, and now know to what extent he would go to. But without further ado, let's all scoot into the paths of a new adventure. Fletch roamed the house with a sour twist in his gut. The world feels off, not spinning, not quite, just lagging, like reality is half a second behind his thoughts. The last thing he remembers clearly is laughter, and those brownies. Sweet, sticky, wrong. He looked back to it with a snicker. Fletch pushes himself upright, glancing around the room. Edmund and Gamaya were not there. Edmund should be here, but he isn't. That's odd. He couldn't remember Edmund nor Gamaya leaving the couch in the midst of their high. Edmund's not exactly the quiet type. If he were up, Fletch would have heard something. Pacing, muttering, laughter, or at least complaining if Gamaya were to be with him. He takes a breath, shakes it off, and heads for the kitchen. If Edmund's awake, he's probably there. Food, water, complaining about the brownies, something like that. Fletch steps into the kitchen. Empty. No Edmund, no movement. He pauses, listening. At first, nothing. Then a sound. Distant? Rummaging. It came from above him. Fletch's expression shifts instantly, the concern melting into a grin. Ah, there you are. The mouse figures. Of course. Edmund's room. Makes perfect sense. Fletch heads for the stairs, energy picking up now. That earlier sense of unease pushed aside in favor of something far more familiar. The mischief Fletch came to expect when meeting with Edmund. The man always had some sort of plan for amusement. In the hallway upstairs, the door to Edmund's bedroom was slightly ajar, and inside, the culprit behind all the noise.
Oi, Edmund, you alive up there, or did those brownies... Oi mate, you want to sneak out while Gamaya's not... Gamaya? What are you doing skulking in Edmund's room? Are you going through his stuff? What are you doing?
Busy.
Yeah, I can see that. It's in his room. You're going through Edmund's stuff now? Since when's that a thing?
Since now.
That's not an answer. Oi, seriously, that's his stuff. You can't just... Come here.
I'm packing.
Packing what?
What he needs.
Oh, right. Where is he?
Not here.
Yeah, I gathered that much. Where is he?
Safe.
Safe where? Come here.
He's unconscious.
Right. Okay, wait. Why?
Because he drank something he shouldn't have. And he hasn't woken up since.
Since when?
Long enough. And I don't want you near him.
And that hits. Fletch doesn't answer right away. Something in the way she said it sticks. Stay away from him. Not annoyed, not dramatic, just final. But that wasn't all. Her eyes. Not just anger, not just frustration. Something sharper, hotter. There's a seething anger in her eyes, controlled but just barely. Blame. Directed straight at him. Gamaya getting annoyed? Sure. Snapping at him? Happens, but this feels different, personal. Like he's not just in the way, like he's the problem. His gaze flicks away for half a second, then back again, like he's checking if he imagined it. He didn't. She hasn't softened, hasn't looked away. If anything, she looks like she's holding herself back.
You can't keep me from him. I'm his friend too.
I will.
Where is he now?
Back at the house in Eldor.
You moved him?
I made a portal. I'm staying with him. And I'll be going back as soon as I am done here. As for you, you are not my concern.
Fletch shifts his weight, restless, eyes flicking to the door for just a second. He's used to people snapping at him, brushing him off, telling him to get lost. Usually it rolls right off. Another comment, another argument, nothing that sticks. But this one does, because she means it, and worse, she's already acted on it. Eldor. The word sits heavy in his chest. Too far, too final. A decision made without him, cutting him clean out of it, cutting him from Edmund's life. Isn't that what the Fiend always wanted?
What the fuck happened?
I found bottles on the floor when I found him just now.
Well, obviously.
So, I'm guessing that mixed with the drugs, it went a bit faster.
How much has he had?
2 bottles I saw on the floor.
Of what?
1 bottle of whiskey and the other moonshine, which I did not know Caspian gave him.
When the fuck did Caspian give that to him?
I do not know.
You cannot keep me away from him.
I can.
However, you are lucky.
Edmund somehow cares for you, and I do not want to hurt Edmund.
He has no need, however,
For a completely intact friend.
He's my friend too.
Yeah, and I don't quite care. With all the fucking shit you've done, I don't want you near.
That was a mistake, and it was stupid. I'm aware it was stupid.
I can portal you to the other side of the ocean. I don't know how unstable my portal will be. So again, come near him, and you're at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, then fucking throw me for all I care.
Alright.
And
Can you make a dexterity check for me? Are you okay?
I have been crying for the last few minutes.
Did I do good?
I've been crying like for the last few minutes.
I did not notice, holy shit.
Are you okay?
I am fine.
Did I do very good?
You're doing all fine.
Holy shit, dude. Shit going well.
Yeah, you guys are all playing so well.
It's a dirty 20, by the way.
Oh.
A 20 does not mean an automatic success, and a rolled dirty 20 that only reaches past the threshold because of stats and modifiers will certainly not save Fletch. Fletch opens his mouth, still ready to argue, to push back, to say something he can stand on. He doesn't get the chance. There's a sudden, sharp tug. His body jerks backward mid-step. For a split second, his brain doesn't catch up. Just the sensation, weightless, wrong, his balance gone. Then, it hits him. His tail. Fletch twists instinctively, grabbing at the air as he's yanked upward, suspended just enough to throw him completely off balance. A sound. A low, almost tearing sound hums through the room as space itself seems to bend beneath him. Light warps, shadows stretching inward as something opens. A circle of dark, swirling energy forms directly below his dangling feet. A portal. She was removing him, not merely cutting cords between him and Edmund.
What was that?
The fuck are you doing?
Talk back one more time, and you're going in.
Put me down.
What do you say?
I'm not saying a fucking thing. Put me down.
Maybe I'll just keep you here, or... Oh! You know.
Stop doing that! Put me the fuck down!
There you go, boy.
I fucking hate you.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
Left on his feet. Balance. Solid ground never felt this good before. Safety. But Gamaya was not done yet. Not yet satisfied.
You didn't just give him brownies. You fed an addict more to crave. You fed his fantasies for escape, for a life without worry, without the weight of his thoughts. And while you were at it, you drugged me without my consent. And you thought that was okay? You were an egotistic, selfish little bastard, Fletch. You only ever care about yourself. Edmund tries. He tries to guide you, to pull you towards a better path. And what do? You give up the moment he asks. You leave him to wallow, to hate himself, to spiral deeper. At least I know my flaws, and I try to fix them. I don't sit here whining about how hard life is while doing nothing. And don't pretend you were forced into this choice. I was forced to hunt Edmund, to drag him home. And I resisted. I gave up safety, family, a chance at peace also Edmund could survive. I acted. You? What did you do? You wallowed. You hated yourself, you pouted, and you still think following him blindly, obeying without question is enough? Work on yourself, Fletch, or keep being the selfish, self-loathing mess you are. Are you really so afraid that if Edmund disagrees, you'll be turned away? So you just follow? As always, following?
I won't all listen to you.
Save it. You never listen. And now look where it's gotten all of us.
It took seconds before Gamaya disappeared through a portal. It closed around her, and gone was the fiend. Gone were the last traces of people besides Fletch living in the house. Fletch sits on the edge of the bed, the room around him silent and still. The energy from Gamaya's words has left a ringing in his ears, a heavy knot in his stomach that refuses to loosen. He moves slowly, packing his things. The carriage waits outside. He steps into it, the rhythmic clatter of hooves on cobblestones echoing in the quiet. Alone with his thoughts, the twisting sickness in his stomach, the gnawing guilt he can't shake. Alone as the city drifts past the windows. The ride stretches longer than it should. Every mile brings him closer to Caspian's ship, closer to the possibility of finding Edmund, but also closer to facing the truth he's been avoiding. Alone to worry. Alone to imagine the worst. Alone to question whether he's even capable of fixing any of this. The ship lays in the harbor. Fletch climbs aboard, the boards creaking under his paws. He walks along the deck, each step heavier than the last, until he reaches Caspian's quarters. He hesitates at the door. The handle was cold under his fingers. Alone to gather his courage. The door opens. Fletch steps inside, and the quiet weight of solitude follows him all the way in. He is alone.
Caspian, you have to take me back to Waterdeep. Now, Edmund, he's in trouble. I have to help. You have to help me find him.
Fletch, whoa. The ship isn't ready. We can't just drop everything and sail off like it's a pleasure ride.
I didn't care about the ship. You have to help me. He's unconscious. Caspian, Gamaya, she won't let me anywhere near him.
Neither will she let me.
Shit. I think Caspian, I can't even fix this alone.
All right. I'll take you back, but the ship doesn't run itself. If we're going to do this, you do your part. Get the supplies we'll need for food, water, tools, everything. Check the stores. Pack for the trip, for the crew. Make a list and be thorough.
Anything. I'll do anything. Caspian, about the moonshine bottle I found with Edmund, the one you gave him, why the hell were you gifted to him?
Careful, Fletch. You need me right now. Don't upset me too. Let us not forget, you go drinking out with him each night too.
Yeah, alright. Supplies list, got it.
Fletch steps back into his room on the ship, the door clicking softly shut behind him. The weight of what he's just said to Caspian hangs in the air, twisting in his stomach. He moves quickly now, throwing open drawers, laying out what he'll need for the trip. He scribbles lists, checks supplies, packs rations, ropes, tools, anything that might be needed. The room feels smaller than before, crowded with his worry, with the urgency clawing at him. He needed to head into the city for the last batch of items. Meanwhile, far from the chaos, back at the house, Edmund lies in bed, pale and still, the soft rise and fall of his chest the only motion. The world outside seems to hold its breath. Gamaya walks quietly to the bedside, as if she doesn't want to disturb the fragile calm. Her eyes scanned him, her body a barrier between him and anything that might want to reach him. She stays like that, silent and watchful over the one she's sworn to protect, like a wounded animal cradled in the hands of someone who will not let it fall. And with that, I think that's it. Thank you for listening to our episode of Loot and Scoot, with many more to follow. Next episode, Fletch will finish his preparations for the trip, but meet a figure destined to change the course of his life. But for now, we've bothered you enough. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Laters!